one of the hardest positions to escape in jiu-jitsu. And a lot of the times, a little bit of prevention is worth a lot of cure. Zach, can I steal you? So, side control looks like this. So from here, my partner is around my legs, he's chest to chest, and he's heavy. From here, getting my partner off of me can be really difficult. This is a really uncomfortable position to be in, but we can do that, but a lot of the times it's going to be way better if we put some frames in place as our partner is trying to pass the guard. And this is one of the most common things that I talk about when I'm coaching and when I'm working with folks, is that the problem isn't here and digging our way out and bridging. The problem is, like, let's get those things in position before our partner's actually laying on us and has solidified the position. So we're going to work a drill where our partner's going to be standing up. He's going to grab my legs and throw them to the side. And he starts to walk around. As soon as he does that, I want to think, okay, I'm going to point everything towards my partner. And I'm going to get down to my side. From here, he's going to try to connect his chest with me. I'm going to have a frame up at his shoulder, a frame on his hip, and I'm going to try to sneak my knee across my partner's belly and have my elbows and knees connected. From here, he never really got much of a chance to put weight on me, and then we're going to extend our body away and make room to get our leg through and land in the closed guard. So again, our partner's going to grab the legs, he's going to throw them to the side, and he's going to start to drop down to his knees and get chest to chest. We're framing, and immediately, guys, I don't want to have my belly button pointed towards the ceiling. I want to do whatever I can to get on my side. If I read the position early, I maybe already was on my side and had the room to get my leg across the belly. If I was a little bit late to the party, then I might have to escape my hips to the side. So now I have the room to get this leg across. Zach's going to be down on his knees, kind of pressuring in, and then I'm able to get back to the guard. Okay, let's give it a try. 3, 2, 1. This side, and we've worked on the other side quite a bit. Some of the things that we have to do are a little bit different. First off, if I just try to grab Zach's collar, I have a lot of space in between his collar and his neck. So the way to deal with that is for us to come up to our elbow and drive our chest into our partner's shoulder. That puts my hand right in position to feed the grip. And then we're going to look to catch a secondary grip. And this helps us stay in position, stops our partner from turning away from us, and makes the choke a little bit stronger. So I'm either going to grab his bottom lapel and tug down, or if he's hand fighting and I can't get a hold of it, I can just come over his hand. From here, the next step, we want to be able to use this bottom leg to help choke our partner. The problem is he's laying on it right now. So I'm going to knee him in the butt. I'm going to come up for both knees. I'm going to pull my partner's head up to my lap. I'm going to sit, bring my leg across the belly, and then I'm going to fall with my ear going down towards my partner's knees. Now my leg goes over the shoulder. We think about kicking down towards his feet as we do a row to finish our choke. So we go. We have a seat belt. So whatever your dominant hand is, you're right-handed, your right hand's going to be on top. If you're left-handed, your left hand's going to be on top. And we're falling towards whatever arm is on top. So for me, I'm a righty, so I'm going to fall to my right side. From here, up to my elbow, we're going to feed the grip, catch our secondary grip. Knee our partner in the butt, coming up on both knees, pull our partner's head to our lap, sit, leg goes across the belly, falling to our side, top leg over, and then we finish our choke. Okay, let's give it a try. 3, 2, 1. But this is still pretty good. And anytime that we get to a spot, you always want to think like, okay, what are my menu of options? What am I trying to do? How do I win this game? So when we're in the mount, either I can try to attack a submission, or I can get to a better position, right? So from here, it's either going to be a sub or moving to back mount. That's the only spot that's going to be better. So from here, we're going to start off by controlling our partner's arm, starting to get the arm across, and then we're going to sandwich our partner's arm down with our chest. Now for a lot of you guys, this looks really familiar because we do the arm lock from here, where we bring our knee up to our partner's head, we circle, lean, step over, and then start to attack our partner's arm. But a lot of the times what happens is when we go and we start to sandwich that arm, Zach kind of turns on his side. And when he gets to like kind of this halfway position, it can be kind of tricky to finish the arm bar because when we start to go, and as I step over the head, sometimes he can sneak out, but he also could do like a big bridge. And when we go and I step over the head, boom, he ends up getting to the top and I kind of lose the position. So anytime that your partner is really turned on their side at 90 degrees or maybe even a little bit more, it can be a really good option to look to attack your partner's back from that position. So we got here, I'm going to think about feeding this arm to my hand here. We call this position the gift wrap, okay? So it's kind of like your partner, you put them in a straitjacket. It's surprisingly difficult for your partner to get out of. One thing with this, guys, sometimes we grab the gi. For the purposes of this, it's going to be way stronger to use your middle finger and thumb over top of your partner's wrist. If he tries to pull there, you're very, very strong. It's really hard for him to pull that back, okay? From here, your other hand can be based on the mat. Sometimes people like to reach through and grab their own wrist. That's 100% cool too. I a lot of the times like it on the mat for a little bit better base, okay? I'm going to bring my knee up to my head, bring my heel up to my partner's belly, and then we're going to do a really similar movement that we did before. We call this the chair sit in jiu-jitsu. I'm going to bring my heel to my partner's back, and then I'm going to drag him all the way to the other side. Now we should be on the back. Now, from here, what we're going to look to do is get to our seat belt, okay? Now, for me, because I'm right-handed, this is the hand that I want to be choking. But if I just let go of everything, there's going to be a second where I have very little control over my partner. So what I'm going to look to do is take both arms underneath my partner for a quick second, and then I'm going to shift, and we're going to land in this spot, okay? If you're a lefty, you get to skip that step, and you are right away on your partner's back like so, okay? Unless you're ambidextrous, you can choke with both hands, but usually that's not the case, okay? So from here, we pull our partner's arm across the body, sandwich our chest. Our partner kind of really turns on his side, so I don't really want to attack an armbar here. From here, I'm going to feed his hand through. I can use this hand either through grabbing my own wrist or on the mat for base. Knee to the ear, step the heel up, drag our partner all the way to the other side. We have both hooks. From here, double underhooks, pull the arm back, seat belt. If you were a lefty, you get to skip that step and you're right away ready to attack. Okay? 3, 2, 1. Go really quick. I just get to kind of grab and go with this position. So from here, a lot of the times my partner is even going to reach for a lapel. If they do that, great. It makes it easy for me to make a grip on my partner's sleeve. I'm going to make a grip on my partner's collar and step my leg in the middle. From here, I'm going to think about lifting my hips up, touching my knee to the mat, right to the other side of my partner's torso. From here, I want to think about keeping my partner's shoulders as flat to the mat as possible. The big mover here is this grip. The more that I can pull up that arm, the harder it is for my partner to turn on his side. I'm also pushing down with a straight arm in my partner's shoulder. From here, my hips sit against my partner's hips. We're going to do a little baseball slide through and then push our partner's arm across his body. Okay? From here, we can start to take side control. So again, we go. 1, 2, step in the middle, lift, slide, push the arm across. Okay? Let's give that a try. 3, 2, 1. When we're doing this, when we land, a lot of the times, like with this type of position, a lot of the times I maybe want an underhook. Okay? But the problem is sometimes it can be difficult to get an underhook. So this lets us skip a few steps and just get grips and slide through. But the problem is, if we land and I just start to get heavy on Zach, he can start to get an underhook, he can start to turn on his side and maybe get to the top. So that's why we're trying to keep our posture so we can keep lifting this arm up and push it across his body. When we do that, it usually forces him to turn on his side. And from here, you can either sit here and do nothing, or he could go up to turtle, right? That's what we worked on last week, and then breaking our partner down from here. But sometimes what happens is that our partner is going to try to turn towards us as hard as he can, okay? Now, his goal here is to kind of do what we did at the beginning of class. If he can be successful and turn towards me, he can connect his elbows and knees together and then start to make some space and get back to his guard. But if we were successful at getting this arm across, as he starts to turn back in towards us, he kind of gets stuck for a second, and he's pretty vulnerable. So from here, it's pretty easy to step our leg up and slide over to mount. His arm's already across his body, so we can bring our chest low, start to feed our grip, and now we're in that gift wrap position that we worked on earlier. So, we go. 1, 2, step, slide. I try to push this arm across. He's trying to turn back towards me. My weight is in my top knee up by his head. We slide our knee across. From here, our chest goes low, and I'm ready to catch my gift wrap. Okay? Let's just give that a try. 3, 2, 1. It's important to know words, right? But it's a lot of the times more important how you put those words together and learning through phrases versus learning like by reading a dictionary, right? So what we're doing here is we're putting together a sequence that goes from a completely neutral position where I start on top all the way past our partner's guard, to the mount, to the back, finishing with the choke. And if you can get competent at stringing those words together, then you're going to be able to be so much more successful and get better so much faster. It's really important to know how to ask, how do I go to the bathroom? But if you just have a couple of those words and you can't put it together, then you're out of luck when you're in another country, okay? So from here we have our grips, we step, we slide, our partner resists is turning back, we step over to mount. We get our chest low, we make our gift wrap, we're turning our partner on their side, all the way to the back. From here, we go double underhooks, come up to our elbow, feed our grip, knee our partner in the butt, and then we're ready to choke. 3, 2, 1.